All right, everyone. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see which which ones we're gonna do today. I haven't even checked the alignment. Not that. Oh, that's funny. All right. So which one? What did we do yesterday? That was that one. We did that a couple days ago. Can place flowers. All right. Love that. That was, yeah, okay. So we did have to tweak this just a little bit. We'll go over that. And what was the one? The candies. Let's see. Let's get these all open. Did this save? Yeah. And this one is like really slow. And I think I know a one to speed up. Yeah, 3 milliseconds. Everybody's got 0. Okay. And then the flowers. Okay. Let's see. 2 pointers. Don't want to do 2 pointers. Prefix sum. Hash map. Unique number of occurrences. Not feeling all wound up today, so we're probably going to stick with some medium problems. Binary tree. Holy moly, I guess I need to really bone up. Heap. Priority queue. Okay. Leaf. Oh my god, linked list. Alright. Asteroid. Remove stars from a string. We did that with a stack. That one was actually pretty easy to me. But it is 2 pointers. Let's stick with a merge strings alternatively. Interesting. All right. Let's see. Put this in here. And we'll add this to the title, the description. All right. Oh, I didn't tell everybody we're live. Put it right here. Oh, and when Peaky gets here, I need to go over something. The redundancy of the is candy. At everyone. Oops. At everyone, I'm live. And let's go back over here. All right. So we're working through these right here. So let's see. Let's go ahead and grab all this. Oh, this looks like a great one. Peaky, let me know when you get here. And we'll go over some things. Merged. Let's get everything. All right. Let's comment this out. We'll go over this when everybody gets back. All right. You're given two strings, word 1, word 2. All right. Merge the strings by adding letters in alternating order, starting with word 1. If a string is longer than the other, append the additional letters onto the end of the merged string. Return the merged string. For example, example 1, word 1, ABC. Word 2, PQR, AP, BQCR. All right. The merged string will be merged as so. Oh, yeah, okay. That's what I saw. All right. So my first gut goes maybe thinking like a zip. Hey, Peaky, how are you doing? Oh, let's go and kind of go over what you sent in Discord. So I want to show you something. So this right here, when you added the trues and the falses, it's just kind of extra. It's redundant. You only have to. So if we look at this right here, let's undo this, because I want to drive this point home. Because I want you to build this good habit first. I think this is, yeah, okay. So candies, and then that's that. So an equivalent, whenever you do an equivalency, you always get a Boolean back. The only time you would need to explicitly say if this return true or false is if it's the opposite. And really, you can also get away with that by adding a not in front of it. So it'd be like this. So if I'm checking X, well, I guess we can just do right here. So this last one. Yeah, there we go. Vinky, how are you? I'm doing well. Sorry about the stream yesterday. I completely forgot that the power was going to be out. They were doing some line work, and I may have some news tomorrow, and we may be ending the stream. So I don't know. We'll see how everything goes today. But it's not the path that I want. But life rarely is, but okay. So yeah, Peaky. So right here. So in yours, I think you have blank this. If this true, then else. So then actually, now that I think about it, you could literally do. So if it is the opposite, it'd be. Then you get false. So if you want to do that and you need to make it readable, you can. But typically, just for efficiencies, you can just have this in here. So then you cut down extra lines of code and it's just flat and it's readable. So just something to think about. All right. Oh, and also we were doing this 2 days ago. Let's come up here. Let's move this. Cut. Paste. So let's go ahead and look. Cut. Is that it? Didn't need this. There we are. So when we were finishing up this 2 days ago, I ran it and it was really close. And there was another one that if it was 0, they gave 0 changes. So I then had to throw in a if and an else and wrap that around. And that was the last little bitty change. And I think maybe this one right here. Yeah, so I had to add this change. So we had an outlier. We had 2 more outliers that came up. if the bed was a length of 1, if the flower bed was a length of 1, and the eye and the only spot on there was a 0, and it was in 1, then we'd change it. But it was very slow. And if we do get our core group in here, maybe we can spend some time on this optimizing it, because I did have an idea, is that we could come over here and let's get paint open. Because I love problems like this. Yeah. Let's just move this down here. I think that does it. There we are. And then we did the candies one yesterday real quick. But all right, let's go ahead and jump into this one right here. All right. So first, what comes to mind is ours. Or, sorry. Yuck. Is... your net is slow today. Yeah, I think I'm having some connectivity issues as well where I am. Zip, because I don't want to do 2 loops. I really don't want to do that. Let's get this down here, because I know that will be slow. I hate it when it does that. There we are. No, you don't have to. So, all right, Peaky, sorry. You don't have, because I think in your Discord, when you posted that, you were true if. So just to, since this statement right here will return a Boolean, I'm just saying, instead of writing more that it's redundant. It's unnecessary, because that is a Boolean statement, where then you wrote, you did your P here. Let me just copy. Let's bring this here. So, all right. This is just kind of redundant, because this is already a Boolean statement, and it's not. I could see this maybe, like I said, if you needed a reverse, like if this happens, then this statement will return true, but I need that statement to return false. It's like false if this happens, else true. That would be more, but I would probably even put a not in front of it if I wanted the opposite of it. But since this is a Boolean statement right here, these extra conditions are just unneeded, because I'm accomplishing the same thing. So I just wanted to throw that out to you. All right. So I'm trying to undo my nested for loops, but because I need to alternate. So there is a uneven zip. Let's see what zip does here. And we'll see what it does. And then what does it say? If they're uneven, they gave it instructions. If a string is longer than the other, append the additional letters to the end of the merged string. All right, let's just get this to work. And I can't quite remember. Actually, I was so confused with that problem. Then I used the else, but I understand what you're saying. Oh, no worries. Yeah, that kind of took me a while. I'm like, well, wait a minute, but I have to have an if. Well, not always, because I want you to look right here. This is a Boolean, basically, check. So whenever you're doing an equivalency, you get a Boolean response. because, and the way that I like to, when I was really getting the hang of this, I would go is 5 seriously greater than 6. But so 5 greater than 6. False. So then if I needed this to be the reverse, then we could even do something like this. There. All right. So let's see. Now I really think there's something in my finger. But it's not acting like it's something. Alright. For I in zip word 1 word 2. I don't even feel like this is very good here. What? This works only with comparison operators, right? When you if you're asking to get a Boolean, yes. Well, let me make sure. Let me go through that. So, whenever you're writing, well, anytime if you're collecting, let me make sure I'm going to answer this correctly so I don't confuse you and send you down the wrong path. So we were collecting Boolean statements and appending them to a list. So I wrote since we're going to be collecting Boolean statements, I went ahead and wrote, we're going to be collecting a Boolean output, so I wrote a Boolean collecting statement. Yep, there we go. Okay. All right, so let's run this. Now let's throw in, so if I were to go, what are we calling this? Output, I guess just correct. So Boolean operators, yeah, Boolean operators, think about it more of an equivalency because, I mean, well, you know what? I'm trying to do those fall under Boolean operators? Hang on. Let me make sure. Okay, so equality operator. And then I guess that would make sense because then you would be operating and then get a Boolean output is greater than. All right, Boolean operators. Yeah, okay. This is what I was concerned about. Boolean operators are considered and or not. That's what I was worried about. But see, that doesn't. I guess equivalency operators is what we would be using them as because you're going to get a Boolean statement for an equivalency question. That I feel comfortable making that statement. All right. Okay. So let's get into this. We need to then empty string. So we're just gonna do output out equals this. This is me just throwing something against the wall. I mean, if two conditions are true or not, so I think every time you need comparison operators to solve this problem, and comparison operators always check two conditions are equal or not. I'm concerned we're heading down a rabbit hole, so I'm going to stick with this. You keep working on. I just wanted to show you that adding a if and an else to this was redundant. It was unneeded to accomplish our task. So I don't want to get down a rabbit hole of other scenarios. All right. So I apologize if I started us down that path, which I'm the one talking, so I did start us down that path. So I apologize. All right. So now, an output. Can we increment this? Yeah, we're going to have to do this way. And it wants word 1 and then word 2. Yep. So out. I just want to see what happens here. Out plus I0 plus I1. Out. All right, now let's give it an uneven. Let's see what happens. Oh, and print out. Print. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Okay, so there's an uneven zip. I know we can easily do this with 2 for loops. All right. Yeah, I just don't overthink it. So right there, that would be a perfect example of over-engineering. So there's a Ruse Goldberg contraption. Ruse Goldberg. It was to take something, make it unbelievably complicated to do something simple. So we already have something that works here. Anything added to this is just possibility of doing something wrong. All right, so here we are. And here we are. So now, uneven does not work for this. Because I doubt they want us to use. I doubt they want us to use. They wouldn't be very pleased if we use. I forget the zip. There is a zip that you can use for uneven, and it handles this. All right. So I want to know which one has the longest, but how would I be able to tell? What could I do? So we need to see which one's longer. So we need to come up with something there first. So we need to place. Oh, this is actually an interesting one. Okay, so we need to figure out which one is longer. Then we need to take whomever is longer and place that in a list and then pull that out. Okay, I would love to see how others are. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right. So all right, we need to figure out. Okay, so sorry about that. So who's longer? So we need to take. So if we were to find out. All right, so longest. So we need to associate. Oh, this will be an interesting one. Overkill. Yeah. So see, I'm already. So here's a great discussion. So we need to figure out a way to not over-engineer this. So Peaky, what I was about to do was make this ridiculously complicated. I don't know. We may need to still be this way. So we're going to start. So I need to order these by whichever is the longest and return that. Actually, the shortest. Okay, so watch this. So I need to wrap word 1. Check this out. So I need to take. I don't know how this will go, so we need to do this. Watch this. Shortest equals word 1 and len word 1. This feels very overkill-y right here. Very busy day today. All right. Well, thanks for dropping in, Dax. Yeah, just to let. Yeah. So glad you're here. Thank you so much. All right. Word 2 and len word 2. All right. Oh, I didn't wash my face this morning. That's why my face is my eyes are so crusty. All right. This is so overkill. Shortest. All right. Let's flip this around. Actually, let's make. All right. Okay. What would happen if I do sort? Let's see. All right. Sort by let's put these in reverse so we don't have to write a function. So what I want to do is I want to find, because I'm sorting, let's see, when word 2 close. I apologize, everybody. I am not in a great mood today. All right. Shortest sort. shortest. There we go. All right. Okay. So everyone see what I'm doing right here? So I'm wanting the shortest. So and then I'm going to pull this out. And we're going to iterate through this. So check this out. All right. So I got this in my head. Don't know how this feels a little bit slow. And then if there's anything left. Yep. All right. So we're not doing any more checks. So for I in range shortest. So watch this. Shortest 0, 0. Let me just check something, make sure. Oh, I need to do sort. Okay, now let's run this. Okay, what? Shortest 0, 0. It just ran. All right, so we got to do it down here. Oh, yeah, I put this up, sort. All right, run this. Thank you. Yes. So here we are. 1, 2. All right. So now we need to do out. So yeah, did you guys see what Peaky's saying? Sort returns none. It's in place, and I was trying to do it on the right side of a assignment. I got fancy. All right. Output equals output plus hang on, I was trying to. I'm already to the second step of the longer, so I need to go back. All right. So then word 1 I word 2 I. And then when we get done, we're going to increment anything left over from so this gets a little, well, let's just check here. All right. So now whatever would be left in this sorted. So right now it's word 1 will be here at the end. So let's check. Let me show you where I am. So shortest. So right now we're here. So we're going to take I plus 1, because I is going to stop at right here. So we need to increment to 2. So this is when it gets done. So output, It's going to equal out. Don't know why I keep doing that. Then plus whomever's here. Oh, but this could be out of range. Hang on a second. We're going to have an issue here. Because I is 1. Word. Then we need to do a test. Word 2. There. No. Word. Shortest. 1. 1. Bingo. That right there. Sorry. Sorry, my brain is going, like I said, not in the best mood today, so I apologize. Just trying to keep swimming. Just trying to keep a good attitude. And I might be realizing that this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's yucky. So I thought things were going in one direction, and now they are not. So we need to see. So now I want this. So if we need to do a test if. Oh, wait a second. Try. Try this. And if not, yeah. Yeah. All right, so I need this. And shortest. Then 1. And then I plus 1 to the end. There we go. All right, so now let's try this. Bingo. And then let's go back here. Bingo. All right. So there we are. Let's submit this and see what happens. Does everyone understand what I'm doing so far? This is very hacky, but it works. Now let's see if we actually passed all of them. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, let's do this. Don't feel like... Where'd we end up? That's not great. So the reason why this is so slow is because I'm hitting both of these words. So think about these being a million characters. And also, so more than likely what's happening is I wonder if I could I can increment that. Because this isn't, I thought I was going to be doing double increment. And I can, I want to try, I want to see if we can speed this up just a little bit. All right. Increment that. And then out. Increment that. And then I would, okay. Doesn't feel like that's going to be a whole lot faster. But I just want to try it. Come on. Long time no see. I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Kratos? Let's make sure this still works. Up. Out of alignment. Okay, still runs. 38 milliseconds. Yeah. So, all right. Sped that up a little bit. Because Opera incrementation is a lot faster. So I shaved it down a little bit. Now I also am aware that this right here is very slow, and then I'm doing a sort. So there's probably, I feel like I should be doing a max or a min. Yeah, let's look at that. Let's see. Equals min shortest. Okay, let's see. See, I wondered if it was going to work on that. All right, let's go back. Come on. All right. I wasn't quite sure if that was... Oh, wait a minute. It didn't throw up because of that. It threw up because... actually, yeah, it did. Min on... Okay. Not supported for string or int. Okay. I was hoping it would go off the first element, and that may have worked. All right. So, there we go. And so this, like I said, this will work. And it's a pretty good solution. Let's see how fast it is. See, now this drives me nuts that now it's 86% faster than everybody else. All right. So that's an okay solution. So let's go ahead. Like I said, I'm trying my best to stay motivated today. I do not want to be, because I got to do something later today that I really don't want to. So it is what it is. I'm sure everyone here has to do something that they don't want to. And merge string alternatively. Yep. And how's the... Yeah. So, okay. All right. Let's check the list. Greatest common divisor of strings. That sounds pretty weird. Reverse words in a string. Maximum average subarray. Let's do that one. This sounds awful. All right, let's put this in here. Put that up. And check this one out. There we are. Part of me wants to go back and see if we can optimize the flower bed one, because I feel like we can optimize this where we could jump around, because let's just kind of think out loud for a minute. We have here and here. So if these two are 0, we can change this to a 1. So then if this happens, so if we're in this bucket, then that means we've already checked this. So then I can come to here. I don't even move over 1. Because right now, what we're doing is we just moved over 1 in this for loop. But if we use this with a n minus 1, if we turn this into, no, I less than n, and we use this as a while loop, and then, so we would jump here in that condition. So we would go through and think of all the conditions. So then if this was a 1, so if we go through all the conditions, it really was kind of interesting to me that almost all the time, this would jump every other one. Because we could have it peak here. Because if this landed here under this, then we have it look back, always look back. And we could have it look back or look forward and see where it is. So, all right. Yeah, I want to keep thinking about that. All right. So let's see. Maximum average subarray 1. This sounds awful, so let's go ahead and get started. I love that. Okay. We can comment this out. We don't need it. And 1, 2, 3. In a bad mood. So funny. All right. Is this you and I miscap? Really? That's so funny. What does it say? Yep, you are given. Okay. You are given an array, an integer array nums, consisting of n elements and an integer k. Find a contiguous sum array whose length is equal to k that has the maximum average value. Return this value. Any answer with a calculation error less than, okay, let me make sure that gets copied, because that, I don't get that. Yep, that's what I was worried about. Whenever you see something like this and it doesn't make sense, it got copied wrong. All right. Any answer with a calculation error less than 10 to the negative 5 will be accepted. Any answer with a calculation error less than, oh, okay. So it could be off. So 10 to the power of negative 5 is is this. So it's 0.000001. Nope. There we go. That's the answer. So it's actually going to accept and round for us. Oh, that's very cool. And what is it? The maximum average. K that has the maximum average value. The average value. That maximum average value. Okay, so this is this considered a sliding window? This feels like a sliding window. Yep, sliding window. Okay. So I need to work on these because my brain thinks sliding window and two and double pointer is the same thing, but they're not. Just got a comment on the YouTube channel. Hang on. Let's see. Maybe able to help them. How to compare companies. How do you set up industry and sectors like FinViz? I have no idea. All right, so let's see. We're looking for an average, so we don't need the location, so that's what was throwing me off a while ago. Is let's see. Find contiguous subarray, means together, whose length is equal to k. So all right. So we're going to be going through. Okay, double pointers. All right. Sadly, this has taken me way too much. So, all right. So this is going to be a static sliding window. So you also have dynamic sliding windows that change, which is also closer to a double pointer. So we're going to look at index 0 and then have our window. And then take our window. Of course. Then we slide over, but I have my index. Oops. Let's use a different one. Hang on, let me go back. Let's put our brush. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So now I take my little window. Okay. Let's make a window. Okay. Let's make the window smaller. There we go. And then chop the window. And a slide over. And slide over. And slide over. It's supposed to be a length of 2, but it's not. So, all right. And this isn't too expensive because we're just going to iterate through one of them unless we can chomp it in half. So, all right. Let's take this. Let's see. For first, we need to go through the list. For I in nums, print I. All right, cool. So we're doing the average. So max average equals 0. We're going to apply Venke's We're going to apply Venke's max solution. And this is K. All right, so we need to slice this. We need to get our window going. So it's going to be is there not an average? No way. I could have sworn I was. That is okay. All right, so we just do len. So it's going to be these four, these four, and then literally these four, and then we need to stop. So that's going to, okay, this is how they're going to grade because, oh. Nope. Okay. Never mind. We're just going to start and we're going to see how how it comes out. Good morning, Contrarian. How are you doing? We're working through some problems. Don't know how much longer I'm going to be on, but I'm at least going to solve this one and then we can go from there. So I put right above your comment, that's the link for this problem so you can work along with me. And glad to have you here. All right. So we need to slice firstly because this is a window. This is a window function, and I think I just figured out. I thought I was going to be fancy, but it was going to be the wrong solution. So if you've never seen a window slicing operation, let me get it going, and then I'll show you. Print nums I through I plus K. All right. Interesting. I don't get that. Doesn't make sense. Those empty brackets. That is throwing me off. Oh, because this is completely wrong. There we go. And that's what I'm expecting. All right. 4, 4. Now here. Now we actually, okay, now that we have that, let's do average equals this divided by len of this print average. All right, where? Oh, sum. This is what I was worried about, because even though, see, I don't know how they have this if This is going to be the right answer. Okay, it is. Find a contiguous array whose length, subarray, is the length of k. All right. So when we get to here, we're going to stop. Aha. And the formula, the function is actually, I need to look at something. Len nums 6, bingo. So 0, 1, 2. Yep. Minus k. There we go. That's it. So, all right. So this is the trick. This is what they're asking. So I want you to look right here. This is a larger number, but my window is only 2. And the way that I'm handling this is I'm stopping when I get to this, and here's my formula. I did it real quick. I may have gone too quickly to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the end of my for loop, because my k, my window, has to be a length of 4. So all right. So then now we do max average. We are borrowing Venke's math logic and max average. And let me close this out. It's thrown up. And print max average. All right, that's a little concerning because that should go 0, 1, 2. Len nums plus 1. There we go. That's it. All right. So let's go over. So that whenever you're dealing with length and indices, you're either going to be adding one or subtracting one. So since I'm doing an arithmetic, because if I were to go through here and do all my indices, the formula is typically len minus 1. But I did my math and I get 2. 0, 1, 2, but also my range function is exclusive for my last element. But I need my last element, so I need to increment it by 1. So here is our formula, and here's our algorithm. And let's go. What? Oh, I'm not actually printing out anything. Return max value. All right, let's run that again. Okay. Now let's run this. See what we get. What? Interesting. This is why I love Leetcode. The edge cases that they come up with are crazy cuckoo bananas. So, all right. So what would we do with this? I haven't even checked my... There we go. -1 and 1. What would we do with -1 and 1? Copy. -1, 1. 0. So y is, let's see. Oh, because it's a negative number. This is going to be cool. So hang on with me. So this is a perfect example. So I'm glad actually a few people have dropped in here. So I've picked the wrong number. And you're going to have instances like this. So I actually need to assign this to -infinity. And you might be like, what? So there's nothing wrong with the algorithm of the slicing. That's where I thought it was. It is throwing an error because 0 is larger than -1. So is it math infinity? Python negative infinity. I can't remember where. In infinity. There we go. Is it math? No, it's just, okay. Float. Infinity is not defined. Math infinity. That's it. Import math dot infinity. Yeah, there you go. And then negative infinity. Bingo. All right. So from math import infinity. Negative infinity. There we go. All right. Add that. Everyone's missing out on some really good stuff. All right, let's check this. Check it out. Check it out. Bingo. All right. So this is a perfect example of having something and setting it to one of the ends, because I think I've made a video on this, positive infinity or negative infinity, and it's basically, you don't know, because in an example you might think, okay, I'm going to set this to 10 million. Well, what happens if this program is running forever and ever, and when you weren't 10 million was an unbelievably obscure number and you didn't think you'd ever hit 10 million. Well, what happens if you go and hit 1 billion and then you just keep adding zeros? Well, that's a poor plan. That's poor planning. So that's why you need to set it to infinities, both extremes. So then when you have a new max, it replaces it. So now let's go here. Now let's see if we've thought of every edge case. All right. Time output limit. Okay. And K was, holy moly. So K is 64. Whoo, this is where Leetcode is really good. So how in the world, how could we this is already optimized because we're not even going through the full list. Because K is, what's the length of this one? Holy moly. What's the length of... That's supposed to be the output? No, the output is supposed to be... Alright. The output is supposed to be the largest max average. So what is this? There's the 130,000 more characters. Time limit. How in the world could we? Because we're already shortening this by. Oh, hang on. Oops. Okay. I had a print, and that may have been throwing everything off. Because I don't understand. Let's see if we still hit our time limit. We're probably still going to hit our time limit. Time exceeded. K is 16,000. All right. How can we speed this up? How can we speed this? So we're already shortening it by K. I'm throwing in... Oh, yeah, you want to see merge strings? Where'd merge strings go? Yeah, I'll show you what I did on, what was that? Yeah, so here was our, we made it a little bit neater, but yeah, there we go. Yeah, so what I did is we then just sliced off whatever the shorter one was, and then we went through. No worries. I know everyone is busy, and I may be starting another just necessity job, so I don't know how things will go. I have an interview today for a local company, so I just may be having to start back over. But it is what it is. At least the family will be having income, so I may not be doing live streams. So I'll know more today. We'll know what kind of money we're talking about. But it's killing me. Oh, it's killing me. But I also know that I haven't been on LinkedIn. But the boot camp, because I'm not getting anybody to look at my resume at all. They're just like, no education. Nope. No, thank you. But here we are. So what I did is I just went through, put word 1, word 2 until whichever one is shorter. So the shorter one, so whatever sorted, then by the len of the shortest. I did try, but yes, I did look at that, but then how would we distinguish? My only problem with that is we are going to have to sort it at some point, because I couldn't figure out a way to, because then we need to differentiate between which one we're going to add after. So that was why I did this, because I need them to be coupled, because I need to know the shorter one. So then I take the longer one and append it right here. So the longer object, then it's word, then it's index, and then append it. Now, if you can think of a way to sorry. Ugh. I just feel awful today. Very, very disappointed and very frustrated. So, but I'm no different than anybody else. So, all right. And then try. So if there is anything left over, that's why I threw it in a try. And then if it isn't, and then go from there. But yes, I tried to think of a way we could do, because I think sorted is faster. But I tried to then do it off, because either way, we need to know. I was trying to think compute. I was trying to keep the compute expense. Join. That is interesting. And then it will do whatever's left. I don't use mapping. So that'd be an interesting solve. Is that will that work? Because that does make sense. Because there is a zip that is for uneven, and I can't remember if it's collections. I got way too much stuff open. I have DBT. I have my DBT slides that I'm going through. Oh my god! And then if I start that job, I'm not gonna be able to finish the boot camp. Sorry, I just got a call this morning. I didn't think. And it's back to, I don't know, feeling frustrated and disappointed. It's back to kind of starting over. Maybe that's good for me. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I was getting too comfortable, but it makes me think I should have gone back to the warehouse. Sorry, everybody. Just a lot of different thoughts and emotions this morning. None of them are good, but it is what it is. Because I thought I was heading in one direction, and now I'm not. Uneven zip Python. Yeah. What is iter tools? Yeah. Iter tools. And it's import iter tools dir iter tools. Zip longest. Yeah, check this out. So help iter tools dot zip longest. Longest returns a zipped object. So we could actually, let's come up here. It's uncommon. comment this out. Import from iter tools import. Let me go back to chat and see if I'm missing anything. You can add the remaining characters collection counter. Ooh, I like that too. Okay, all right. Import longest. Was it zip? Zip, right? Let's see what this looks like. Combined equals. I don't want to type all that. LZ. LZ dot no. Word 1, word 2. I can't remember what this looks like. Unknown location from iter tools import. What? Right. From iter tools import longest zip. Dir iter tools. Right? Oh, zip longest. Huh. Zip. That's why I didn't know when I... All right, let's try this. I want to see what it looks like. For I in combo print I. What would this? What would the combo? And it would just append none. I want to try this. So x equals this. X dot increment none. What would it do? None is not defined. Does this throw up? Okay, can only concatenate string. So I could do a try on each of those, but it would only... All right, we got it working. But no, I like having Vinky around is always a very cool solve. Vinky, check out the latest one. I don't know how to speed this up. We got a time problem right here. It says time exceeded, and I'm because there was an interesting statement in this right here, and it had to be the window had to be the length of case. So I mean, we're not even going and checking the entire window, but it still was saying we were exceeding all of it. So I'm like it was 16,000. So the window size was 16,000. So if the list was 20,000, I guess we're still iterating through 4,000, because we're taking the sum, we're taking the len. Oh, this is where it's... Because I'm redoing this. I'm taking this time all the time. We're doing this math here. Ugh. Okay. I'll go over that in just a second. Why doesn't it like that? Divided by K. Why does that now not like unmatched? I have unmatched. How do I have unmatched? Oh, okay. Let's see if that times out. Is this? It is. It is a sliding window. It falls under. Yeah, we went ahead. Yeah, it's that right there. So, all right, everyone. So let me show you why. So I made this dynamic, and I was checking. The reason why this timed out is because the math that I was doing here. I made it dynamic because I was already thinking about after. This is a perfect, Peaky, if you're still here, this is important. So this is where I battle, and I'm trying to, this is what I want to, this is why I'm doing this, is so you can share and learn from others. So I struggle with solving one problem at a time instead of getting far ahead of myself and then drawing back. So I still solved a problem. I solved a non-existent problem because I was like, oh, when I get to the end, it'll shrink. Well, then I reread the problem, and it was, okay, the window has to be the length of K. And I was like, oh, cool. So I need to handle this here so we don't go through everything. But I left the dynamicness here. So this problem, which I'm continuously checking len, which is a very heavy, especially if you're at 16,000, I'm counting 16,000. I'm having Python check 16,000 every time it incremented over. And that is why this was failing. So that whole problem, that whole math problem is K. So that's what was killing me. And that's why doing these things over and over and over again, I realized where to go. I'm not smart. I can learn. And this still is, okay, it's still running. I don't know if this is not going to fail. Timed out here. Time exceeded. I'm at a complete loss to speed this up. Because Venki, if you're still here, you're gonna love this. I think I figured out a way to speed this up. And this is pure Venki. Tell me if you like this. So we need to slice this, right? So we need to do this the first time. But now the second time, I need to remove I and add back in the next value. So I only need to do sum one time. I don't have time to do this today because I need to wrap. Oh, wow. That's the solve to this to make this faster. So I'm going to drop I and increment my next I. So as I'm going to be, I don't need to resum and sum. Look at K, 32, the length of this window. So I'm going, because I'm doing sum 32,000 times. Now I need to do it once. I need to do it one time, the first time. But then the next time, I don't need to. Venki, I think if you have time, I know you're probably the one to be able to solve this. So this is why working together, and you optimize things, and you problem solve, and you get, I don't like the word smarter, but you get more experience. It's like, okay, well, wait a second, because then you begin to understand, like this right here. That took me years to understand, but I make it look simple because I just go, oh, this is the same K. So look, we just need to change this to K. So this right here, we're doing this 30,000 times. But here, let me graphically explain this, and I think Vinky will agree with me. So the first time we do sum on the window, we got in ... 30,000. All right. So now I'm here and here, and I have my sum, right? And instead of sliding the window over and resumming, we're literally going to subtract in and add n plus 30,000. K. Whatever K. Oh, K plus 1. Then that's our new sum value divided by K. And then we're going to increment over. And then we're increment over until we get to... Oh, wow. We need to start here. Oh, my gosh. And we look backwards. I think that's right. So we do that sum one time, and then we increment over. Vinky, I don't know if you're still here and you agree with that, but I think that's the way we're going to speed this up, because we're hitting sum. So this sum, whenever you're thinking about something like this, sum and something, when you're totaling and you're looking at the entire list, and when you're talking about these very large numbers, millions, I'm taking the first sum of K and then sliding the increment over. Over in. Yes, but I'm doing that too, and I'm still timing out. I think what the solution is we take the sum. That's not sum, and then we need to minus n and then plus n plus k, because we've summed it one time. So we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We're just subtracting this one and adding this one. And that will be so much faster, that compute. And I think that's the solve. I don't have time. I need to drop now because I need to go get ready. And I don't. I hope I don't, because I do not want. All right, I'm gonna vent for a little bit, and it's gonna sound very, very spoiled and very immature. But I went to a job fair yesterday, a local job fair. And I guess I'm still very frustrated that I do not have a formal education, and I'm still paying for it. And I thought I'd be done with that. I really did. I thought after I got promoted and then promoted again, I would be done with that. And you always hear work experience trumps everything. No, it does not. It absolutely does not. And the way the job market is looking right now, employers have the upper hand. So I'm dealing with that today. I have an interview in about three hours, something like that. I don't know. And it's almost an hour drive. So I'm not. So I knew this isn't what I wanted to do, but I'm still paying for. So look, everybody. Just go to school. It's a cheat code. It's a cheat code. Everybody says they don't care, but they care. All right, I know that sounds very cynical and probably very whiny, and I apologize. Yeah, job interview, but it's for a job that I don't want. But we're going through money like crazy. So no, it's a quality job. I don't even know what kind of money it's going to be. It's probably going to be half of what I used to make. So we'll still be eating up money. Probably going to have go back to having two jobs. So done that before, been there, done that. So don't know where I would get the second job, but I would need to be, yeah, I'll probably be back to working 100 hours a week, and that's just awful. But that's the job of a dad. So, and hopefully my kids will learn from this, and because I'm a big step backwards from it's just a quality assurance job. So it's not anything like what I want to be doing, because I can't get an interview for data engineering to save my life. I think I got 6 rejection emails yesterday. Yeah, it was. I'm glad I at least went to go talk to human beings yesterday. And then what probably is also killing me is I won't be able to do jiu-jitsu. That's gonna kill me. Is that yeah. I think, you know what, that's funny. That may be, because I'm in this boot camp and I'm watching everybody talking about job interviews at Meta, but they all have unbelievably impressive education. There are two who graduated from MIT, and I think 3 or 4 from Princeton. Don't worry, don't lose hope, man. You're doing great. And I especially think of you keeping working hard. I appreciate that, Peaky. I do. And I know I'm in the right place, but I was just hoping. I was hoping that it wouldn't be this. I knew it'd be a step back. I just didn't think it would be this much of a step back. And the phone call happened 2 hours ago. So who knows? And who knows? I don't know the job offer, but it's also like I said, I think the crazy part of it is not being able, because it's going to be at night. It's going to be a second shift job. So, and the amount, because I guess my thing is the amount of work and the amount of effort that I'm going to have to put in, and the amount of money is oh, contrarian. Okay, I did not see that was you. Absolutely. So what you'll have to do, I apologize, contrarian. So okay, let's talk about that for a second. So contrarian was was watching some videos on the sectors. So what you'll need to do. So contrarian, if I also there's a link down below for Discord. So that's the easier way. So let's kind of talk about that for a minute. So what you'll need to do, a ship is safe in harbor. That's funny. Probably one of my favorite. I used to say he was my boss, but he was my boss's boss. But man, I love that dude. I only got to work with him for like a year and a half. He's the smartest dude probably I've ever met, and that was his favoriteest quote. But that's not what the ships are made for. Yep. Everyone's demanding a degree. Yep. And remote work is going away, and not caring about degrees is going away. All right, contrarian just joined. Awesome. So contrarian, what you'll need to do to put those in sectors is you'll need to go through. It's going to be a little bit manual unless you can find an API that breaks them down into their sectors. I've seen some out there. So what you'll need to do is you'll just need to group all the ticker symbols into the let's see, did you post anything? Let me go back. You'll have to, like I said, there's just two options. You'll need to add a column for what, no, I don't have it on this hard drive. Crap. Do I have it on my GitHub? Hang on a second. Let me go to my GitHub for just a second and see. We can take a peek at this. Base tickers. That's the pickle file. Company list. View raw. Let's see. So, okay. The list that I pulled down, I can't remember where I got this from, who I screened this from, but it does have, because I guess, remind me what your question has it installed FinViz. Let me go back to what your question was. How do I set up industry and sectors like FinViz? Oh, it's FinViz. So when you screen this, when you pull this in, you can, I guess elaborate on your question. So, show me later how to get sectors and industries from FinViz. I don't know FinViz at all. I guess you just need to read the documentation. FinViz API. Welcome to FinViz demand finance. So you just want to go through the screeners. Well, here, let's just look back at this. So ticker description, so ticker full info. So you don't have to set up anything. It looks like in these it would have the ticker associated with it. So I'm doing all of this in pandas. So when I'm going through here, I don't care what the sector is. I just cared about how they were performing in their sector. I wanted top performing companies in the sector. But if you're wanting to do something specific, you just have to include the sector name in your output. So in my output files, do I still have one? Let me look. Let me see if I can give you an example, and I'll show you what I used to do for my screeners. Documents. No, I don't know if I have this on this hard drive. Documents, documents, documents. I have too many hard drives. No, I don't. So what I would do is I would have my screener run, and then I would have all the columns, but I'd have, but I would exclude the sector and industry. So I would only care about the ticker and the company name. But if these are important to you, you just include this with your output. So I would run this through, and the tickers for the day, I would get all the information. At the end of the day, I would run my screener, and then I would get it to output, and then I would look and see who was in the range of. Basically, what I would look for is I would look for companies that were undervalued and on an upward trend. So what I would do is I would track. I had two scenarios. If they had moved down 10% from their 52-week high, or if they had crossed back above a diagonal line of their downward trend. So I would do those two. So I don't know if it's more of a setup than screening for which sectors and industries that you're interested in. So I hope that helped, but I don't think it's a setup. I believe I would describe it more as a utilization of this and the columns that are output. Have you worked with this? This looks like this is gonna output. This looks like this is gonna output. Yep, a pandas output right there. So have you worked with pandas? Because you're gonna need pandas, because that's gonna. So here's some examples of how to go through. And if you look right here, the exchange, the sector, and it's just going to go through. So you're going to want to read the documentation on this and how they work, and what type of object it is. So it's giving you kind of a layout of what this dictionary looks like, and just play around with it, and it has everything. But yeah, you're not going to need to set up anything. You're just going to need to set up how you're going to filter it out if you do care about the sector and industry. So there we go. All right. Any other pressing questions for us today? And we will go from there. So hope everyone has a good day. I will. I don't know. I don't know what this week will bring. But yeah, like I said, like I was talking about, it's been 3 months since I worked, and we're going through a lot of. We're burning cash like a startup. No worries, contrarian. I'm glad. But yeah, just start pulling down the data from the API, and don't get ahead of yourself, because you may be trying to answer a question that isn't even. You may be trying to solve something that doesn't need to be solved. It may already be there for you, because the information is going to be in there of what the company is from. You're not. What's that? Oh, if you are not getting the job you want, then what about us? Yep. That's the thing. You got to stand out. It's not what you do, it's the extra that you do. So that's one thing that I learned a long time ago. You ask somebody and they're working hard, and they look like they're working really, really hard. But is it work that anybody wants? And is it good work? Is it important work? And does the work benefit anybody else? I learned that very early on. You ask somebody, and they'll be working hard, but it has no benefit to anybody. And what is it worth? What is that work worth? Think you're better than others. I mean, on YouTube, if we compare, sure. But see, that's an interesting statement there. Worth and what people want, because very rarely do people want to be successful. But then you start asking, do you want to do the work to be successful? It gets really muddy. It gets really muddy after that. And they're like, well, what do you mean? And it's like people come here and I get asked a lot of questions. And then my question would be, how many of those questions are good questions? And it's a really small number. Like, no one ever asks me, how do you start? And I get all the questions of, where should I finish? I've never gotten asked, where should I start? And never, ever, ever gotten, how do I stay motivated when I get frustrated? Those are the two problems that people have with learning and growing, and I've never gotten asked that. So that is the dichotomy between people understanding what real work is. And I grew up, my family is an unbelievably successful family until you get to me. and that's what scares me about what I'm showing my kids. It terrifies me to death. So you see this trajectory of my family, and it's just, when you get to my dad, it just is. It's a parabola, and then you get to me, and it's just this weird. It's not even a sine curve. It's a it's a brick wall and straight down. So it is because of how little I fit in with quote unquote society. But yes, do I offer great? So I don't want to say content, because my content is viewed poorly, because I'm not talking about the exciting thing. I'm not talking about the new thing. I talk about the muddy, important, all of the nitty gritty that goes into what it takes to problem solve anything. Look, I can figure out, I learned early on that I can learn how to do something pretty quickly, and then I can turn around and actually teach that really, really, really quickly, even if I can't do it, because I understand the nuances of something. And I've been exploiting that at jiu-jitsu and anything new that I learn here. This is why I'm doing this, because somebody may come on here and go, wait a minute, I need to know how, wait a minute, what's he showing? Oh, okay. Now this channel is for, yeah, it is. But then so many come up. I still get, why are you doing it that way? Or why are you using Spider? What does it matter? That's what really intrigues me, that people still want to talk about the equipment that is being used instead of, hey, why did you do double pointers instead of a sliding window? That would be a great question, and actually help grow an understanding and have a debate of, okay, that would be a trade-off of how to solve this. But I don't get asked those questions. So I just wanted to impart this and share this last little bit, because I have no idea what will happen in the next few days. So in case, and if I will try to really hard to come back on and give a quick update. I understand that, but I guess I want to impart, impact on people the best. I after being on here for 7 or 8 years, I tend not to pay any attention to those. I feel bad for them, because they're so far in the weeds that they don't even know what's important. So they have no impact on me at all. No, I'm much more upset of where I am. So don't confuse. And also, when you get to be this age, you really, really, really stop caring what other people think. So, so I'm much more disappointed in myself than than others think, because also I had the opportunity when I was at Walmart, and it kept coming up about finishing a degree while I was at Walmart. And I kept saying, okay, what benefit will that have? And I was trying to lay it out, how much, because I was still trying to grow and do these other things that I was learning. And I was like, something would suffer. What would suffer? And I was concerned my work would suffer. So I didn't re-enroll in school and try to finish. But now that would have been beneficial, because I would have probably been able to, in 3.5 years, I probably would have been able to finish, and I would have had some sort of bachelor's degree, and that would have been a catapult. So no, I don't care I honestly don't care what others think, because very few people can do what I do, because it would be very nerve-wracking for people to, because it's very easy to sit back and take pot shots behind a keyboard with just text, and my audience is unbelievably supportive, and I appreciate everyone coming and hanging out here. So sorry about this vent, and I just looked at the time. I do need to keep moving. So thank you everyone for coming to join today. I hope you got something out of this. Contrarian, just keep working on that. You're thousands plus. Well, I appreciate it, but the masses have to find value in it. So that's the for it to be cost beneficial. The amount of hours that I spend doing this, monetarily wise, it is so not worth it. But I enjoyed it, and I was hopefully helping others. But now it's coming to the time where I can't afford to do that anymore, and I need to get a real job, a paying job, because I did the math the other day. I'm on here. I probably spend 30 hours a week on YouTube. 14 hours live streaming, and then between all the other stuff, set up, record, some scripts, some editing. I appreciate that, Pinky. So I'm gonna go finish up my morning, get going, and because I got tons to do around the house, because I gotta get ready. Got to figure out what I'm gonna wear, and go from there. But yeah, everybody wants a quick fix, and it's nothing is a quick fix. Nothing. And maybe I need to remind myself of that. So all right, hope everyone has a great day. Everyone be safe, and I'm just gonna keep telling myself I'm in my right place, even though I may not want to be. So there we go, everyone. Hope everyone has a great day. And yeah, they've also talked. So in the way they were making it sound is it's probably an hourly position. I haven't been hourly in 8 years, 10 years, 12 years. I don't know. Been a long time. But all right. Thank you, everyone. And I will see everyone later. All right. Bye.